In this video, we'll be changing some of the default settings of SolidWorks to match those of the textbook. These changes are discussed in a little bit of detail in the text when they're encountered, and they're summarized in Appendix A. Let's start out by showing the main menu. If we move our cursor over the SolidWorks key up here in the upper corner, you'll see that the menu flies out. But we'd like to have that menu displayed all the time, so what I want to do is fly it out and then move over here to the push pin at the end and click on that. Now our menu will be displayed at all times. Over here on the right, this is called the task pane, and we're going to hide that because most of the things we need to do we can get to from the toolbar. And so we're going to go to View and click on Task Pane to deselect that so we have more room to work with on the screen. Alright, this is the Options tool right here. Let's click on that and we're going to change some of the system options. One of the first things is to go to Drawings Display Style, and when we make new two-dimensional drawing, we want those drawing views to generally have the hidden lines visible, so I want to click there. And we're usually going to hide the tangent edges, so click Removed down here. Come down a little further to Colors, and we'll change the current color scheme to green highlight. And what this means is that when we select an item, it's going to be shown in green, and again that goes along with the conventions of the textbook. Now you can also make changes to any of these items in the list individually, and we're going to come down here to Drawings, Paper Color. And you can see that right now there's kind of an ivory color for the paper, and we'd rather have plain white, so I'm going to click on Edit, just click the white button here and click OK, and so we've made that change. And also you notice down here it says use the specified color for the drawing's paper color, and we'll leave that checked. Under Display Selection, when we're showing a three-dimensional solid model, we generally like to have the tangent edges not shown to give it a little bit of a less cluttered, more realistic looking drawing. So I'm going to click Removed right there. And that's all we really need from the system options. So I'll come down to the bottom here and click OK to apply those. Alright, let's open a new part. So we'll go to the New key right here and double click Part. And this is the part modeling window, so we'll be doing our modeling here in the graphics area. This is called the Feature Manager Design Tree. Up at the top is the Command Manager. Now the Command Manager works very similarly to the ribbon in the new Office products. So when you click on a tab here, you get a whole different set of tools. So it saves room over having all these tools displayed at any one time. Now 95% of the tools we're going to use or thereabouts are on these two groups, the features and the sketch. So to keep the most uncluttered interface as possible, we're going to hide these others. So just right click on any of the tabs, and except for the features and sketch, click the name of the other groups to clear that check mark, and so we're left with just these two that again contain almost all of the tools that we need to use. Beside the Option tool, there's a pull-down menu, and let's go to Customize. Here you can see we've got the Command Manager enabled. If we turn that off, we get a series of toolbars instead. For new users, the Command Manager is really handy in that a lot of the buttons have text associated with them, as long as you have this button checked right here. If that's clicked off, it looks more like a toolbar. So we'll leave that one checked. I prefer to use the large icons, so depending on how big your screen is, you may be comfortable with the smaller ones, or you might want the larger ones. That's kind of up to you. Leave everything else checked except for this last one, Show in Shortcut Menu. The way we do this in the book is to have this turned off, and we'll see why that is in a later lesson. Now we can customize any of the Command Manager tabs or the toolbars. Now the one toolbar that pretty much shows all the time is going to be this one, which is called the Heads Up View Toolbar at the top of the graphics area. We use that to zoom in, zoom out, rotate the model, etc. There are a couple of tools that are very handy to have there that aren't on that toolbar by default. You have to right click to get them, and so to have the one-click access, we're going to add those tools up here. So what we're going to do, we would also do to any of the command manager tabs if we wanted to modify those. We go to the commands, find the command that you're looking for. So in this case, I want to come all the way down here to the view group, and you can see there's all the available tools. This one is called the rotate view, and again, it's one that we use quite a bit. So I'm going to just click and drag it onto this heads-up toolbar. You see the little plus sign, and when I let go, that tool is now active on that toolbar. Let's also take the Pane tool and put it right there as well. It doesn't matter where you put these exact location, as long as you can find them. And under standard views, we have the trimetric view here, which is kind of the standard pictorial view in SolidWorks. Let's click and drag that one up here as well. So now when I click OK, you can see that those tools are now active and can be selected with one-click access. Now everything we've done so far will remain in effect. These are system settings, and so the next time I open up a new session of SolidWorks, these changes will be maintained. There are other changes that are associated with parts, drawings, and assemblies that are saved in what we call templates. And in the next lesson, we'll see how to modify those templates.